Hey guys, welcome back to the second installment of Ask Sabre Anything, a new series I'm starting where I field questions from you guys, the community, either on Discord, or you can drop questions in the comments on these videos or hit me up on Twitter or whatever. And every week or two, I'm going to take like 3 or 4 questions, answer them, and do some little videos on them. And I'm not shying away. I've opened it up to pretty much any topic, even like relationship and stuff, because that just seems to be one that comes up a lot for whatever reason. I do consider my content to be mature. Now that said, I'm not going to be like explicit, but you know, if you want to ask mature things, that's fine too. So without further ado, because I do want to keep these videos kind of short and to the point, let's go ahead and jump right in. So to start, our first question this video is going to come from Pab Classic. And it is a several part question. What were your plans for the future of your channel a year ago? What have you accomplished and what has changed? Do you ever feel like streaming has changed the way you enjoy games? Okay, so we'll break this down. So what were your plans for the future of your channel a year ago? So a year ago, I don't think I even knew what a VTuber was. So let's start with that. So yeah, I don't think I definitely didn't plan to be a YouTuber because I don't even think I knew what one was. Last episode of this, I explained why I started streaming, so I won't dive too much into that. You guys can check out the first one. So I think really to answer that part, I just wanted to grow. And the only reason I really wanted to grow was like not so much for like money, because I think I even mentioned this in the last episode. I don't really make a lot of money doing this. In fact, I think I spend more money doing this than I make, between like artwork and just like time and stuff like that. So it wasn't really about growing for that, but just seeing growth in something that you're doing and putting effort into kind of gives you like a positive feeling. And so for me, that's kind of the reason that I keep doing it, honestly. So I don't know that I had specific plans. I've always wanted my YouTube to be more active, and so that's still something that I'm doing, and obviously one of the reasons I kind of started up this little project. So I guess would be to just continue growing, seeing where I can get, and keep things coming in. Let's move to part 2. What have you accomplished and what has changed? So leading in from what I just talked about, I've essentially become a VTuber. I mean, obviously I'm not like super popular or like being picked up by like some big corporation and crap like that, but like I consider myself to have fit in pretty good in VTubing. And obviously that has been a pretty big change, because even before I knew what VTubing was, I was kind of using my, custom model as like the mascot, and so it was just kind of an easy like slide to go right into VTubing. And so that's probably the biggest change. I've definitely grown a lot more since then. We have a fairly active Discord community, and like certainly if we're comparing it to a year ago, I would have streams where, for the first hour or two of a stream, like it would just be me and like maybe like 1 or 2 lurkers, and so like the size has definitely grown quite a bit. So I guess those are the main changes. Obviously a lot has changed outside of stream. Of course, this has been just a crazy year for everybody. But like IRL and job stuff, a lot of things have changed. But I think stream-wise, it's mostly just kind of been like some steady growth, like nothing super crazy, but just kind of like, just steady growth, and which is fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. So that's where we stand there. Let's see. And the last part of his question was, do you ever feel like streaming has changed the way you enjoy games? This is actually a really interesting question, because absolutely. Because here's the thing. Like, I still play games offline, but I find that I'm limited because of the need to constantly be producing content, whether it's on Twitch, streaming live, or on YouTube. And because there's that need to like always have content, to try to get like new content, to stay like, you know, in the game with the latest stuff, it actually kind of prevents you from playing a lot of stuff offline. Like I find a lot of times I'll wake up, you know, I'll get my work done or whatever, and then I'm like, I want to play. Let me use Assassin's Creed Valhalla for instance. That is a huge game and I absolutely love it, but it's also a game that has like so many side quests and like grinding to it if you want to like build yourself up. And so like I've jumped on a few times offline to try to do like grinding type stuff that I don't want to do online, but then I'll end up doing like some side quests, but then I'll run into a side quest that I'm like, damn, I wish I'd been recording, because that was like a cool thing even though it wasn't the main plot. And so when I run into situations like that, it kind of makes me like hesitate, and I'm like, do I even want to play this game offline? Because what if you know, I run into something cool and then I don't get it for, you know, the content for viewers and community members. So there's definitely a huge change and shift in the way you look at playing games when you start streaming, because you always have to have that like little person in the back of your head that's like, you know, if something cool happens and you're not recording, like it's just gone. Like you're probably not getting that back. You're not gonna let other people see it. So you kind of find yourself putting games like, okay, these games I have to do on stream because people like them, and that's what, you know, everyone seems to be liking. And then you've got like, well, I can do like these couple games I can play offline because no one really gives a crap. Or if it's something that's like multiplayer, then obviously like it's not really new content, I guess you could say. I mean, it is, but you know, it's not unique, I guess. But then, you know, just as soon as you say that, you get in a game and you get like 10 kills and you're like, shit, I wish I'd been recording or streaming. So there's definitely a different way you look at games when you become a streamer and content creator. And I don't know, there's some positives and some negatives in that. Like it's hard. You really gotta just gotta wait it, and it's definitely a little strange. I think I'm still getting used to it, because there's lots of times where people have even asked me like, yo, let's play this game, and I'm like, okay, do you care if I stream? Because like I didn't really want to play it off stream, even if it was kind of a weird time or an early time to start. So that's definitely an interesting question. I would actually like to hear other content creators. If you are a content creator and you're watching this, answer that one for me in the comments, because I'm really interested to hear what you guys say. All right, so let's move right along. So this is going to be question 2 from Doomsday. Why did you decide to become a VTuber? So this is, I picked this one because it kind of followed up with the last part, and a little bit from the last one too. So I already had this model. By the way, this specific model is kind of a Christmas remake because it's, you know, December 2020, and I decided to throw something together to be kind of festive. But when I got my model, I originally got 2 outfits. I got the casual outfit, which I think if you look down here in the corner, you'll see an image of the casual outfit, and then I got a formal like ball gown dress type thing, which is essentially this one. And of course I've recolored it. I've got different color variations and like minor tweaks to it. But so I already had these models, right, for VR chat, and it was just real easy to like slip into VTubing because I already had the model. I had an FBX file. With an FBX file, you can use Suva. You can convert it to VRM really easily, which is what Luppet uses. A lot of the other like VTubing type programs and softwares. So I mean, I basically had everything. Since I played VR chat, I already had VR. I even already had full body tracking, which I don't have on right now. But so I was basically already set up for it. I've never been super big on self-confidence in like my own personal appearance, like IRL. So when VTubing kind of came along and I found out about it, and I was like, oh wait, people are okay with you just like having a character as your image and like not, you know, not like demanding like a live cam and stuff. And I was like, that's cool, like we can roll with it. And then it's just kind of neat how you can like, I don't know, I think it like lets you break out of your skin and do your own thing without like putting yourself front and center. Now that said, I have shown my picture a few times in the past There's probably one somewhere on my Discord. Sometimes I'll post them and then I'll delete them a little bit later. So I don't know, because I have had some like negative effects with my IRL pictures before that I won't get into on this, but it just makes me kind of like skittish to posting them. So there we go. So I hope that answered that for you. All right, so for the last question for this video, here we have from Lucifer, why become a cat girl mine? Now I asked them what specifically they meant, and I can't remember the exact response, but like I think they were just trying to be cute, like, why are you my cat girl? But then you can see here, Ari responded, the cat girl one would be good since it's asked often, it's a simple one as well. So I think Ari interpreted the question the way that I originally did, and that was, why become a cat girl? Like a cat girl character. And that's a fair question. So before I got this character, I actually used a Luca model, like Luca the Vocaloid, in VR chat with a outfit that was kind of like a well, I think the actual outfit was called like goth, Megaran goth or something like that, and it kind of like a punk goth look to it. And originally I had actually sent that design to Shanzo, the one who did my commissions, and asking him just to do a remake so I could like personalize it and fine tune a few little things that I wanted changed. And literally just like a day or two before he started on my commission and he checked back in with me, I was like, you know what? Let's actually do something different. And so I'd found some artworks of some like cat girls that I thought were really cute, and I was like, you know what? Let's do a cat girl. I've played a lot of like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff in the past, and I always thought it was so boring when people pick like human, because let's face it, like we're all human IRL, right? So why like pick when you've got all these, why pick human like the base when you've got all these other options? So for me, I was like, it's a cat girl. Like I mean, you're still kind of human, so you're not like crazy monstrous and stuff, but you've got like, cute little ears, you've got like a cute little like tail and stuff, and you could just do some extra little things with that, especially when it comes to VR chat, and like you've got your emotes, and like you can I was gonna say you can move your ears, but apparently I forgot to put the the ear stuff on this model. But normally you can move your ears around and do cute little emotes and things. So that's something like if you were just a regular human, like you really can't do. So it just kind of gave me more options. And of course, if you play VR chat, you know that there's all kinds of like cat girls and fox girls and wolf girls, and like that's all pretty. That's much more normal. So I just kind of went with it. And let's be honest, like she's pretty sexy, right? Like, come on. But yeah, so that's just kind of why I went with it. And yeah, it was really a very last minute thing. Like up until then, I was literally about to get him just a remake of like Luca the Vocaloid, and a few little changes here and there. But I'm really glad I went with another way, something a little more personalized, a little more unique, and I've been happy with it ever since. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to be it for this one. That's part 2 of Ask Sabre Anything. So again, if you would like to ask me a question, feel free to drop it in the comments below, or join up on the Discord, and feel free to drop it there. I've got a whole little server there for you to just drop whatever questions you want. You can also send them to me in DMs on like Twitter or Discord if you don't want to like publicly ask. Although I do, when I pick the questions, I do show them in the video. But if you wanted to be anonymous, I could blur out the name or whatever if that's something that you wanted. That's fine. And again, I'm pretty open to most anything, so feel free to ask. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button below, and I will see you in the next videos.